First and foremost, if anybody listens and something that any of us say re-triggers them, is to immediately go see a therapist or your healer or your counselor or your coach, or talk with a friend. And if you don't have any of that, what I call the wise counsel of support in your life, then do some journal writing and try to get centered and realize that you've been re-triggered and you have to get your nervous system back to a place of letting it quiet and settle. And then on an up note, but this is a controversial thing to say, is I think that there's the techniques, which one might call the technology of Kundalini Yoga, that are very useful and very healing, regardless of the teacher. And that it is possible to separate the technology from the teacher to gain the benefit, which worldwide, if you interview, and I do, when I was going to Kundalini Yoga classes 2 years ago, I would stand outside at the end and I would ask people, how was it? How were you feeling before you came to the class? How do you feel now? And just gathering, still a scientist, gathering data. And people benefit. They get tremendous benefit from it. Proof is always in the pudding. That's a basic scientific outcome. What's the outcome? So I think that the technology and the teachings of the skill sets are very useful. I think that teachings in terms of the philosophy and the psychology is junk philosophy, junk science. It doesn't have any substance to it. Meaning, Yogi Bhajan, in how he created the technology, I think, will survive and can stand alone. He, as a teacher, has clearly fallen, and he should fall to the wayside for the huge discrepancy in his character. He didn't practice what he preached. He didn't do sadhana. I spoke with Pamela last week. She said he hardly ever meditated. He didn't do sadhana. He didn't do the kriyas. And so there's a huge discrepancy between who he wanted us to be and who he was